guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about a new palette that I have in my arsenal, and this is the Revolution and Emily Noel collab palette that she just came out with recently. And the palette that I picked up is the Wants palette. She also has a smaller palette called the Needs palette, and I didn't pick that up because I didn't really feel like I needed it. So I just went ahead and stuck to this larger palette of the Wants. And if you know anything about my personality, you know exactly why I went with the Wants. Now, this packaging is really pretty. It's just a basic cardboard box that it comes in. Now, as you can see here on the back of the outer packaging, it does list the shadows and shows the colors. It has Emily Noel here on the back of the box with all of her, you know, social media information. This palette does have a 12-month shelf life and it is cruelty free. So I really like this box. It's very pretty. I love the nice like peachy pink color of it with the gold writing, and this is her actual signature, which is very cute. Now, she called this the Edits, and she does have a whole video on her channel explaining how she came up with the name for this palette, the ideas behind it, the names for each and every single shadow that she came up with. And I think it's just very sweet to see a fellow YouTuber who's been doing it for years and years, putting in so much work, finally get her own eyeshadow palettes. And with Makeup Revolution, who does really great products for very inexpensive prices, I'm just really happy for her. I haven't even been watching her for that long, maybe about 6 months or so. And then when she announced that she had a eyeshadow palette come out, I was just really happy for her, because I think that's just so exciting to put in so much work, to bring so much content, to try and really provide valuable information and teaching and things like that, and to finally just get some props, get some, you know, respect, and just to have a company want to work with you to create your own makeup is amazing to me. So congratulations to you, Emily. I'm very happy for you. So this is what the inside of her Wants palette looks like. As you can see, there's an amazing range of colors in here. And this is a mirror, you guys. You see how big this mirror is? Okay, you can really just put this thing down in front of you and do your whole face with this mirror. But let me go ahead and show you these shadows a little closer. So this is what the palette looks like. As you can see, there's some gorgeous rich tones in here. Very beautiful shimmer shadows, as well as the matte shades in here. Just very pretty. And I love the names that she came up with for her shadows. They're all personal to her, have really close meaning to her, and so I just think that's really great. So I wanted to go ahead and definitely pick up at least one of these palettes just to show support and love. And I also actually love the palette. Now, this palette is not like extremely ridiculously pigmented or anything like that. These shadows are buildable, which I really like that in a palette, for the shadows to be buildable. They don't just kind of disappear when you put them on your lid. They aren't patchy. They blend out very nicely, and you can really just kind of gently blend them up to the actual pigment or shade that is here in the palette. Now, another thing that I like about this palette, the shimmer shadows, they go on nicely. As you can see, I went ahead and wet my brush to create this look and use these shimmer shades today. I wanted to do a green look because although there's some gorgeous purple and burgundy shades in here, I wanted to kind of do something a little different, because I have a lot of palettes that I can do a purple look out of, and actually have one coming up soon, so I decided to go with something else for this palette. And this look did get a little bit more bold and wild than I wanted it to, but I'm okay with it. Okay, I'm okay with it. It's all right. So that is kind of what happened with my eyes today. But I did create this look with this palette using these green shadows in here, and I actually really love it. Now, this palette is a very large palette, so it's not necessarily, you know, very travel friendly or anything like that, but with my personality, I would definitely travel with it. I'd put it in my carry-on, my backpack or something, just to make sure it stays safe. But you can create days, weeks, months of looks from this one palette. I mean, there's a nice cream in here, a nicely pigmented black in here, some nice warm shadows that you can do crease work with, and you can also smoke out looks with. But there's some gorgeous shimmer shadows in here as well. So I would definitely say this is a very nicely well-rounded palette. If you're in the market for a palette where you want kind of a one palette does it all, this will be a great option for you. And as you can see, you can get a little bit bold if you like, or you can keep it simple and everyday if you want to from this palette as well. So this palette retails for $20 at Ulta as well as the Makeup Revolution website. Her other palette that she came out with, which is called the Needs palette. This is the Emily Edit the Wants palette. So she came out with one called the Needs. It's a little bit of a smaller palette. It does have just your basic shades in there that you can use to create just a regular, normal, natural, everyday look, or you can, you know, smoke it out a little bit. But that palette is very nice as well for $15, and this one is $20. So just wanted to share that with you guys. I will go ahead and insert some swatches for you guys to take a look at. I'm not going to swatch the whole palette. I think I'm just going to do most of the shimmers and most of the mattes so you can get an idea of what you're going to get or how this palette swatches on my skin tone. So just for your information. So we'll go ahead, take a look at some of these swatches, and then we'll jump right into this eye look. So these are some of the shimmer shadows swatched from this palette. Now these are some of the matte shadows swatched from this palette. As you can see, they don't swatch extremely pigmented, but they're definitely buildable, and the color range is very nice. Okay, you guys, so those were just some of the swatches from this palette. If you'd like to see how I created this look today, then stay tuned because it's coming up next. you.